Hey, welcome to Reviews on the Run. Last week we had some blockbusters to review, but this week we may have one that can't be beat. Today on Reviews on the Run, Fubar and I are taking a look at Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, Robert Ludlum's The Bourne Conspiracy, Kung Fu Panda, SingStar, and it versus its enemy territory Quake Wars against Unreal Tournament 3. All right, before we get started, got to reintroduce our good friend, Fubar Jose Sanchez. How's it going, my friend?
It's going good, man. It's going good.
We were in Washington, D.C. last week.
Yeah, we were.
We get around.
We do. Where are we at now?
We're
in Turks and Caicos.
Yes, I love it here. It's
we're in
beautiful.
Zanzibar land.
Zanzibar land. How fitting.
How
I love
fitting.
it.
All right, we're talking about awesomeness.
We are talking about an incredible experience. It's not even a video game. It is a momentous occasion in the medium. And
especially for us.
Especially for us. There's a lot of reasons, and it's full disclosure time again. Greedy Productions, our company, produced the making of Metal Gear Solid 4, which is on the limited edition disc. And
good job, by the way. Whoever put that together.
I would love to hear your feedback. ElectPlay.com, the forums on there. Would love to hear what you guys thought. If you picked up the limited editions and watched the documentaries on the making of the game.
Or if you just picked up the regular edition and you watched some of the beginning movies.
I have a tattoo of Kobe behind my ear.
Tattoo, splendid.
Right, yes. We are actually on the...
This right here. Right there.
Okay, all right. We're just flogging our own stuff.
I'm sorry.
This is so gross. We have a show and we're plugging our own stuff.
You know, but it's Metal Gear. We're not plugging our own stuff. This is Metal Gear Solid 4.
And we were honored to be a part of it. It was unbelievable to experience some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, to work with Kojima and his team and Kojima Productions in Japan. They are just world-class. But this game is, honestly, it is the reason why Sony created the PlayStation 3.
Yep.
It's about the content within the game, which is an incredible mesh of story and gameplay. It is the use of Blu-ray technology. It's the first of the 50-gig Blu-ray games out there, and they packed it, and they take us
so much they had to put the making of on its own Blu-ray disc.
I know, it's crazy. But then they do things within the gameplay, within the context of telling the story and within the gameplay that have never been done before.
Very true.
I mean, there's so many details in this game, and there's so many things that we're going to forget about as we review this game. But basically, this wraps up the entirety of the Metal Gear Solid storyline.
Yep.
It takes place years after Metal Gear Solid 2. This is actually the sequel to Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. We're not going to give away spoilers, but all of the famous characters, all the characters that you've loved throughout the
who are alive still,
they all come back, and there's some that perish. There are some interesting surprises. There's some tearjerkers. There are long cutscenes.
There's this face. At first, it might deter some gamers. It might scare little gamers away. Because you start playing the game, you get this awesome cutscene.
Yeah.
Boom, you crawl under a thing, another cutscene. You move to a wall, cutscene.
You know what though?
It's so
well done.
Cutscenes worth watching.
I mean, everybody always talks about Metal Gear is more of a movie than a game.
It really is.
This is the first time in the franchise's history where it feels like, who cares about movies? This is better than a movie. A movie
Sometimes I'll just get
do
lost,
this.
I'll just and then some of the cutscenes you can interact with, like there'll be L1 or X prompts.
Yeah.
Throw a little flashback.
That's what
moments,
I mean. There's interactive kind of cinematic stuff.
Controlling your little Mark II.
You have the Mark II Mac out there, and you can actually have sequences where you get into mission briefings, and you have split screen. You can whip around with the little Mark II and watch the scenes from any different thing. And I didn't play Subsistence. I didn't play. I played Metal Gear Solid 3.
Wait, I thought you were.
I played Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater and beat that. I didn't have time to go back and beat it again on Subsistence. So this was the first Metal Gear game I played with the ability to move around the camera with the right analog thumbstick, and man, what a revelation. It is so easy to manipulate this thing. The shooting combat is perfect. There's just the single-player component as well, which interweaves between story and gameplay wonderfully. They have Metal Gear Online, which gives you a bunch of different maps.
By the way, a whole other game.
Which is just incredible. You log on and you're going to be playing with thousands of people because this game is going to be probably the most popular PlayStation 3 title of the year.
If not, it should be.
And the Metal Gear Online experience is amazing. If anybody ever says to you that video games aren't art, tell them bull and throw this on the table. What are you going to give Metal Gear Solid 4?
Dude, how can I not give it a 4 out of 10?
4 out of 10 from me as well. Now, what are you going to give Metal Gear Solid 4? Guns of the Patriots.
Guns of the Patriots, thank you for making my PlayStation 3 a system I can turn on again. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, man. This is perfection. Get it. Hulk smash! He's smashing his way through the movie theaters, and he's smashing his way through video game screens. I'm playing the DS version of the Incredible Hulk, and it's, you know what, it's pretty lazy. It's not the best game design I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely video game development 101 here. You're jumping as the Hulk through various levels. It's a typical side-scroller. I like the fact that they're using polygons to render everything, but, you know, it's pretty straight-ahead 2D design, nothing that you haven't played for years and years and years. I wish that there was just a little bit more inventiveness. I can't help but think about the Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace, which I played years ago on the Game Boy Advance, and how much fun that was as 2D design with a superhero. You know, the combat's repetitive, it's routine, you take on the same bad guys over and over again. Some of the punching effects are all right. You do get this sort of gamma power move, and you can blast through different environments and stuff like that. It's mind-numbing. It's fun for a little while, but it's going to get repetitive. This is only for the Incredible Hulk junkies out there. I'm giving the Incredible Hulk for the DS 6 out of 10. Stick around. We've got some more good stuff coming up after the break.
How do you top that?
You can't. You really can't, but it's still fun.
There's some games that hold.
We want them to come back, right?
It's true.
It's a fun game. It's called The Bourne Conspiracy, right after this. If you're looking for a treasure for your PSP, you don't have to look any further than Indiana Jones. This is Lego Indiana Jones, and it's definitely picking up in the flavor and in the realm of the Lego Star Wars games that TT Games, Traveler's Tales in the UK have been putting out. And, you know, as an indie fan, a lifelong Indiana Jones fan, this is a dream come true. One of the great touches in this game is that it takes all of the John Williams classic music and reincorporates it and throws it all throughout the experience. So you hear music from Raiders and Temple of Doom and The Last Crusade, and you play 6 different scenes from each of the different movies. There is no shortcut being made for the PSP game as well. This is exactly the same game that you'd play on the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. Obviously, it doesn't look as good, but it's pretty awesome for pick up and play kind of gameplay. You can carry this anywhere. And there is a lot of great gameplay in this thing. It's so well made, so well polished. Lego Indiana Jones, 9.5 out of 10.